the topic and be effective at their chosen fields. Currently, consulting with corporate and institution for their in-house and external activities, covering the area of events, promotion, CRM, marketing, and training. He is the founder, director of Time Foundation, an NGO empowering people to education. I cordially welcome you, sir. Career Guidance Center, who was a pillar of support in organizing this mega event. I also take Ms. N.C. Kalaivani, Deputy Director, State Career Guidance Center. A hearty welcome to all the dignitaries from SCGC, and also I welcome all the students who have participated in this webinar session. Over to you, Madam Kalaivani. Sir Jagannathan, sir, you can start the session.
Ma'am, is my PowerPoint visible, ma'am?
Yes, visible, sir. Yeah, visible.
Yeah, ma'am. Ma'am, we are starting around 27 minutes late. So what time should I close the session?
Probably by 2:15.
2:15, 45 minutes, ma'am. Yeah, that'll be fine. Should I keep it bilingual or English or Tamil?
English is better because we have Hindi students also. They may not understand Tamil because it's a Jain college. So English is preferable, sir.
So I'll keep your English, right?
Sir, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Good afternoon, friends. It's a pleasure meeting you today afternoon on this wonderful day. I think most of you wouldn't have had your lunch. I'm sure all of you would have had your breakfast. The topic for today is creative problem solving. So I request you all to have at least 2 or 3 papers along with you and a pen so that you can do some activities. See, this program is mostly based on activities. You need to participate actively and you need to get involved in the activities. So my request is please take at least 2 or 3 papers with you and have 1 pen so that we can start the program. So I'll just wait for 1 minute. So please get your papers and pen ready. We'll just move on. Okay, I think you should be ready with your pen and papers. So here we move on. Okay, let's have a look at the basics of today's session. The basic terminologies which we'll be using. So it'll be easy for us to understand how we are going to go into it. Okay. Problem is an undesirable event. Okay. Something which you don't expect happens, then a problem is creeping up. So if you look at the diagram at the right hand side, you've got a pink line over here called the expectation, and the line at the bottom which is called the line which is called obtained. So we expect something in life to happen, but unfortunately something else happens. So there's a gap between our expectation and what we have got or what we have achieved. So this gap is the problem area. Okay. Now that is what we define as a problem. The gap between the expected and the result. That is where we take it as the problem area. Any gap, what is expected and what is obtained, can be called as problem. And any effort to reduce this gap can be called as problem solving. So what is problem solving? To solve the problem, you do something that is called problem solving. In other terms, In simple terms, we can call it as bringing the expected line and the obtained line very close to each other to reduce the size of the problem. So problem can be anything, right from getting up in the morning for individuals, or catching a bus, or your mobile phone is not charged, or the power is not there, your computer is not getting into action quickly. Anything is a problem because we set an expectation, the expectation is not met. So this is the basic gap which we'll have. So today we'll be dealing with problems. I'll be giving you some methods, tools, and techniques which you can handle. So basically, today's program, I'll be focusing on individual level and also at an organization level, looking into your kind of background. Like most of you are from the second year and third years, which means right now, probably after this year's course or the next year, you'll be all placed into a company, or you'll probably starting a business on your own. So I'll be using some examples from my personal life and also from my professional life. So I'm sure like all of you have understood what a problem is. Okay, what is creativity? Creativity is the development of ideas about products. Please understand, creativity is the development of ideas. It's simply creating or developing the ideas. Ideas about what? Ideas about products, practices, services, or procedures that are novel and potentially useful to the organization or an individual. This is what creativity is. So in simple terms, we can say creativity is the development of ideas or the creation of ideas. What is innovation? Innovation is the implementation of new ideas to the organization, the individual, or the group. Okay, what is a flow? Flow is nothing but when you feel things coming to you naturally, when you don't put in any effort, that is what is called the flow. Technically, it is called autotelic experience. You can Google for autotelic experience because most of the students experience this autotelic experience in certain subjects. Okay, flow occurs when people experience a state of effortless concentration and enjoyment. An example for this can be like when you read a subject which you love, you will never feel the pressure on yourself. You will feel the time flies just like that very quickly. So these are the 4 terms which we have to keep in mind: problem solving, creativity, innovation, and flow. Right? Okay. Now for some activity, please get ready. Okay. For these exercises, I expect some mental preparation from your end. So request you to kindly relax. We are just going to have some games. Even if you have some wrong answers, don't worry about it. Okay, don't think of it as good or bad. Whatever comes to your mind, give the ideas. Okay, see only the positives because bad ideas can become good ideas tomorrow. Okay, each idea is good. You please don't judge whether what answer going to give is right or wrong. All we need is we need to have answers from you, right? Okay, now the first question to you: how many possibilities do you have if you want to divide a square into 4 parts in equal form and size? See, I've given you a square. What I want you to do is you need to divide it into 4 equal sizes. How will you do it? One of the answers I've given: you draw a vertical line and a horizontal line. You are able to cut the square into 4 equal parts. Now, how do you cut this square into 4 equal parts? By using other forms of lines or other parameters. I need some answers from your end. You can put it in the chat box. How do you do it? Yeah, 2 diagonal lines, excellent. 2 diagonal lines, excellent. Yeah, great. Okay, excellent lines. Any other answers? By drawing 2 diagonal lines like X, you have 4 triangles, 4 equal parts. Is there any other method, any other format? We have close to 1,000 participants, and I've got 2-3 people who have answered.
Like
Yes,
equilateral
elliptic
triangle.
cross, great, good.
Vertical lines.
one horizontal. Abhirami, if you put one, okay, 3 horizontal lines. Somebody has said, okay, a triangle, great. Good.
Like
Okay.
equilateral triangle.
4 parallel lines, yes, good. A triangle, yes. Okay, 3 vertical, 3 vertical lines, yes, your answer is right. 3 vertical lines, 3 horizontal lines, and again a triangle. Yeah, Radhika said triangle, Vaishnavi said triangle. Okay.
Hello.
Yeah. Fine. Okay, good. So most of you have started giving the answers. Yes. 3 horizontal lines and 1 vertical line. Okay, fine. Some of okay, good. Fine, friends. Good. We are ready to think. You have started giving the answers. Thank you. Thanks a lot. So we'll be having more activities like this. What I want you to do is please participate. That is my only request. Okay. Friends, kindly mute your mic. We'll use only the chat box. Just move to the next activity. We are just getting warmed up. Okay, we're just getting warmed up. Okay. Okay. Now we have got beautiful circles. We got around 16 circles. I want you to draw around 15 to 20 circles in your notebook. I'll just give you a minute's time. Please draw 15 to 20 circles in your notebook. Approximate circles, that should be fine. Coin or a 2 rupee coin. Yes, it may not be a perfect circle, but it can be approximately close to a circle. Okay. I need a minimum of 15, maximum of 20 circles you can draw. Okay, now the challenge for you is okay. Now on the right hand side you can see the you can see a ball, a cap, ice cream, a cone ice. Then we got a plate, you got a bulb, and you got a wheel. Okay, you got the 6 items. Now, if you look at it closely, all these are drawn in a circle. The base is a circle. Now, if you take one circle and you shade it like this, black and white, it becomes a football. You draw outer circle and you draw something along with it, it becomes a cap. Now, to the circle, you draw a cone at the bottom, a long triangle at the bottom, it becomes a cone ice. Now, you've got a circle here, it's a plate. On it, if you put a fork and a knife and a spoon, it becomes a plate. Now, next to that, you got a bulb. You can see most of it is a round. At the bottom, we got the holder. The next one is a wheel. See, all these things are found basically from the circle. Now, what I want you to do is simple. Using the 15 circles which you have drawn, I want you to convert the circles into different objects which you see in a day-to-day life. You don't have to give me an answer in the chat box. I want you to draw. Okay, convert that circle into something which you see in your day-to-day life. Say, for example, in the first circle, I could draw 2 parallel lines, and I could write stop. It becomes a signboard on the road. Something like that you need to do. So I'll give you 3 minutes to complete those 15 circles. So convert that 15 circles into something different. Okay, I think most of you would have completed at least 10 circles. I'll just wait for 1 more minute. Okay, something which comes to my mind, you can draw small circles and inside the big circle, and you can say call it as a laddu. It will look like a laddu. You can put a spiral, then it becomes a jalebi. So it is your thoughts, it's your creativity, how you convert these circles into anything which you see in a day-to-day life. Your answers are all right. All your answers will definitely be right because there's no particular answer for this activity. Okay, fine, friends. Thank you. So I'm sure, like by now, you would have started thinking more. You would have started thinking freely. See, these two, particularly whenever you're sitting in for a problem-solving process, the first step is to get your free flow of ideas coming out. By doing this kind of activities, which increases your flow of thoughts, increases your flow of ideas. Okay, we'll just move on. Yeah, just give me a minute. Okay. Now for the next level of the activity, where we are focusing on generating ideas, I want you to keep this in mind. We need quantity, not the quality. So whatever task I'm going to give you, you need to give ideas only. Don't look into whether these ideas will work or the ideas will not work. So quantity is important and quality is not important. Please understand. Try to generate as much ideas as possible. Okay, and please understand, only under pressure, okay, will our ideas come out more. Okay, you are under a deadline, you are under pressure, creativity starts flowing just like that. Okay, and there is one rule when you work as a team or you work in an organization: you should not criticize others' ideas and you should not comment to the others' ideas. Okay, so we'll just move on to the activity. It's very simple. Okay, that'll be around. Okay, to get amazing solutions from uncommon requests, cross borders when thinking. When you think, you need to go beyond your limit. Okay, my first question to you will be: how do I teach a dog to iron? Okay, you have a dog in your house. You need to teach the dog to iron. How will you teach a dog to iron? Can I have some ideas for that? If you have a dog in your house, how do you teach the dog to iron? Can I have some answers in the chat box? By demonstrating, Aishwarya said yes. You can demonstrate. Yes. Okay. Any other answers? By practice, yes. Okay. By training, yes. Okay. Then doing it daily. Padmishi says doing it daily. Excellent. Good. what we do by being a role model. We can be an example by showing it to the dog. Okay, great. Then what do you do? Okay, what else? Everyday practice. Varsha, giving training. Neha says practical skills. Excellent, Neha. By demonstration, practice makes perfect. Okay, by showing a picture. Great. Okay. Daily basis. Dashin says daily basis. Excellent. Great. Good. Now we started generating more ideas. Now, whenever we are doing these ideas, what we need to do is we need to note it down. Okay. Still we are getting answers. Excellent. Okay. Now we will take up another small objective where we can get some more answers. The second one is, how do I make a famous actor get my autograph? I know all of you are still in college. Now think of reasons or solutions where a famous actor or actress will come and get your signature. What can be that answer? How will you make a famous actor or actress to come and get your signature? Okay, by our growth. Excellent. Padmishri says by our growth. Yes. Doing good things. Aishwarya K has said by doing good things. Excellent. Deepika Jain says doing good work. Yes. What other ideas do we get? Okay. If you're a chartered accountant, yes. If you're a chartered accountant, they'll come to you for auditing, showing your skills, becoming familiar, by becoming popular in a good way, by showcasing our talents. Excellent. Wonderful. By becoming an actor or actress. Yes, great. Achieving something, creating our unique way, by being more famous, being inspirational, by doing something more than what they can do, by being talented in our work, by doing something they find difficult to do. Excellent. Great. Okay. Improving a skill by becoming Aarti. If I am a registrar, okay, if you're a registrar, they'll come. Famous person, okay, by participating college events when the actor comes. Okay, right? Okay, great. Wonderful. Doing good things by being a role model to everyone. Padmashri. Okay, I'm missing many people. I know for this question, I'm to impress ourselves. Varsha says to impress ourselves. Okay. Yes. Okay. Great. Being a higher official than them, helping the poor people by becoming a person who can be respected. Yes, excellent. By becoming, if you become a government official, yes, that is the difference. Either become the income tax officer or somebody else, definitely they'll come for your sign. Okay, great. Yeah, I think all of you deserve a big round of applause. Great. Now, I will just go to something slightly tougher one. You can see it on the right hand side. How do I make a chicken to collect golf ball? All of you know what golf is all about. Golf, they use a small ball which they'll hit, then somebody has to go and pick it up and come. Now you need to train a chicken to go collect the golf ball and come back. What will you do? How will you train a chicken to pick a golf ball? Okay, it looks like an egg. Yeah, Tejashwani, right? It looks like an egg, then it's easy. So it does, right? But how do you train it? How do you make it perform perfectly? Keep eggs instead. Okay. Okay, great. Instead of ball, you need to use eggs. Great idea. Wonderful. Okay. Right? It should be like an egg. The ball should be like an egg. Then it'll pick up and come. Then. Okay. Any other idea? Okay. Think so. Yes. Sandhya says think so. We should make it think it is a egg. Okay. Great. Wonderful. Okay, put rice in the ball. Oh, wonderful. Put rice in. By training it and making it push using its head. Okay, make it to push the ball. By training, yes. By practicing it, making it carries the beak. Okay. Place a golf ball, yes. Okay, yes. Yeah, some more ideas. I'm just waiting. At least 2 more ideas, then it should be okay. Okay, the ball yellow, painting the ball yellow so that it pushes. Yeah, we can change the color of the ball. Excellent. A goal should be made in white in color. Okay, great. Wonderful, friends. Great. Wonderful ideas. Yes. So like this, you can take up any task, sit with a pen and a paper, either sit alone or sit with your friends, writing the problem at the top, then go on for generating ideas. Automatically, the ideas start coming up. Remember, at this stage, you should only focus on getting more ideas rather than looking at the quality of the idea. At this stage, please remember, generating ideas is important, not looking into whether it will work or not work. So it's very, very important that you should focus on generating the ideas. Okay, thank you. Okay, now I've got another tool here called the Criterion. I'll explain this to you. Okay, now this needs a pen and a paper. Let's take an example of you going on a trip. Okay, you're going on a 2 days or 3 days trip along with your family or your friends. Now, you need to take a decision how you are going to travel, what are you going to take. You need to be prepared for the trip. Now, this is something which we always find in our house, whether even if we go for a 1 day trip or a 3 days trip or on a week-long trip, we always have these challenges put across to us. So what I have taken here as an example is we are going on a 2 days trip. Let's take it as we are going on a 2 days trip. Now, what you need to do is we are taking that as a problem. Okay. Now, how do we start it out? This is called a morphological box. What you need to do is you need to draw some boxes. Okay. On the first left-hand column, you need to write criteria or the criterion. What are the parameters which are important in taking the decision? That is one. So first you write the criterion here, then under which for going on a trip, for this problem of going on a trip, the following are the 5 factors which will be used to decide on our program. Okay. 1, what is the means of transport we are going to use? Second, how are we going to transport our luggage or going to carry our dress and other items? Okay, where are we going to go and stay? That is the accommodation. And how do we plan for the food? And what do we do for the entertainment? Now, for all of these 5 criteria, I have created horizontally some suggestions, some possible solutions which I can handle. 1 is means of transport. I can take my own car. We can go on a rental car, or we can go on a train, or we can take a flight. Again, this depends on where we want to go. Okay. Then next we have transport of luggage. How do we transport our luggage? First option is suitcase. Second option is traveling bag. Third option is cardboard box. Okay. The third criteria is accommodation. Where are we going to go and stay? Are we going to stay in a hotel? Are we going to go and stay in a company's guest house, or are we going to stay in a friend's place? Are we going to take a private property or a resort or something like that? The food. Next important thing is the food. Are we going to take along our food? See, if it's going to be a 2 days trip, we can pack the food from our place itself. Or are we going to buy it on the route? Or are we going to buy it at the final location? And what are we going to go and do there? Entertainment, sightseeing, or going for a function, or whatever it is. Is it going to be indoor or outdoors? These are the possible solutions which we'll be having, right? Now, if you look at, once you put this on a paper, then things will be much easier for you to take a decision. Here, I've shown you 2 lines. One is the pink line and the other is the blue line. So first, I'm planning to take my own car. Okay. So if I take my own car, the space will be less. Then I need to take my luggage in a traveling bag. So I choose my own car. Then I take up my traveling bag. I plan to stay in a guest house. Okay. And since I'm traveling my own car, I take the food along from my home, which I prepared at my home. And there I'm going to have the entertainment outside. Since like I'll be going for sightseeing, or I'll be going to meet my friends, whatever it is. So it is mostly outdoor. So that is one decision I can take. One idea I can finalize. The next one is, you can see the blue line where I started from a train. I decided to go in a train. So in train, traveling bag will be problematic. Cardboard box also will not be able to handle. So I go in for a suitcase. So going by train, I take a suitcase. Then my accommodation is in a hotel. So when I book a hotel, I'll book it some hotel which is near to our railway station. Okay. Then since I'm going to travel by train and it's going to be a overnight journey, I'm going to stay in a hotel. I'm not going to take the food from a house. So I'll be buying it buy it at the final location, which is my destination where I'm going. Then I have chosen the outdoor for entertainment. Friends, now a complicated process of going on a tour is simplified by using this morphological box, which is a very simple tool. All you have to do is put rows and columns. In the first first column, you write criteria and what are the important parameters, and for each parameter across on the right hand side, you please write the options available. Once you put it down, then you will be able to understand what are the things which are being related. Okay. So this is one technique which you can always use it for any problem. I just put this for a tour because normally we go on a trip, but unfortunately for the past 6 months, none of us are going on a trip. Now we are planning this trip to go to the nearby shop because of the COVID situation. Fine, we'll just move on. Okay. Now for the next exercise, I wanted to keep in mind the best ideas can also be chosen on the next day. All ideas should be clear for all participants. No idea should be lost. Remember, sometimes you might generate some ideas today, might keep it, and on the next day you can sit with the ideas again to evaluate it. Now, sometimes what happens in a company, we have a lot of problems. We are working in an organization. I think most of your parents or your friends or your relatives might be working in a company, or they might be owning a company. There are a lot of problems. Customer not coming. Okay, the cost is going up. Even if I pay for the advertisement, people are not coming back. I'm not getting good return on investment. My customer is always complaining. My product is not meeting the requirement of the customers. All these are problems in a business area. Accounts is not tallying up. I need to pay the loan to the bank tomorrow. Everything is a problem. So when you work as a team, then you need to make sure that all the members are involved in the decision making process. Okay, so we'll have some activities now. I'll show you. Now, once you see earlier we have earlier in the previous round we have generated ideas. How do you make somebody to come and get your signature? You told so many ideas. Now, what do I do with these ideas? Now, this is where I start segregating the ideas. Please understand. The first part was the generation of the flow of ideas. Second, the idea generation where we had the golf ball being picked up by the chicken, dog to iron, all those things. Now, again, we are talking about the third level where we are grouping the ideas, where we are segregating the ideas. Now, if you see the first box, I have said all ideas. So whatever ideas has come in, you have put it into one particular paper or into one particular box. Then you move the new ideas. Out of these ideas, whatever you have generated, some ideas might be old and some ideas might be new. You leave the old ideas in the earlier box itself. Now move the new ideas to a new box. That is what I said. You move the new ideas to your new box. Now, the old ideas, you need to keep it, but you need to focus on the new ideas because new ideas means new results. The earlier ideas or the old ideas, which you already know was already used and it has not given the required result. Now you'll start using the new ideas. You'll start exploring the new ideas. What you'll do is you will share the new ideas with your team members or with your family. Okay. If you're working in an organization, then you need to share it with your team members. If it is with your family, you need to talk to your parents or your siblings. Or if it is in your classroom, if you're doing a project work, share it with your college mates. Share the new ideas. See, these are the new ideas. We'll just do some evaluation of these new ideas. We have generated these ideas. Now we'll do some evaluation. At this level, what you need to do is you need to make sure that all your team members understand what the ideas are all about. Clarify all their doubts. Okay, because you could have given one idea, one of your friends could have given another idea, another person could have given another idea. So all you have to do is make sure that everybody understands all the ideas. Now take these new ideas and you need to go for a voting. One method of voting can be like you can tell them, you can write all these ideas in a paper and you can tell them to choose. Say, for example, you can give them bindis. You can give them bindis. Say there are 10 people in your team. You can give them, and there are 10 people in your team and there are 5 ideas. What you can do is you can give them 5 bindis each. Please understand, you can give them 5 bindis each. Okay, and you can tell them to put 1 bindi in the ideas which they like. Okay, right? Okay, the top 3 ideas which they like. Now what happens is they start putting the bindis in the ideas which they like. So each person will put their bindis in 3 ideas. Simple. So now after putting this stickers or the bindis on these ideas, what have we done? You have done a voting process where the individual has understood what the problem is and the ideas, and they have started voting for it. Now, once all these bindis are stuck up, you need to have a criteria of segregating those ideas into 3 categories. One is top ideas, the second is okay ideas, the third is out ideas. Okay, top, okay, out. So normally when we segregate into these 3, any idea which gets more than 50% of the votes, we put it into top ideas. Any idea which gets between 20 to 50% votes, we'll put into okay ideas.
20 to 50% votes will put into
Any ideas which gets less than 20% votes,
any ideas
we put into the out idea. So we segregate these ideas into these 3 categories: top idea, okay idea, and out ideas. So out idea, what do? We shift it. Out ideas, we remove it, and we start working on the top ideas. We start working on the top ideas because that is what all our team members have liked. So this is what we do in this level of idea process, where we segregate the ideas into new and old. Okay, then we put the new ideas for voting and we segregate it into top ideas, okay ideas, and out ideas, and we start working on the top ideas. Remember, friends, any new idea always gives you new results. Definitely, you will be able to solve your problem. 2 plus 2 is always 4. If you want to change the answer instead of 4 to 5 or 6 or 7 or 2 or whatever it is, you need to change the numbers. 2 plus 2. Instead of putting 2 plus 2, if you put 2 plus 3, it becomes 5. So an idea is very, very important. So for you, I will request you to make sure that you do this part very sincerely in identifying and classifying the ideas. Then you start working on the top ideas. Okay. The next part, we call it as the editing. Okay. In editing an idea, what is editing? Editing is changing some parts of the idea, adding something, deleting something, increasing something. Okay, all these things are called editing. In editing an idea, it becomes clear, okay, if we can do some modifications. If the idea is something special or something unique or something out of the world, you need to make sure that your team members understand everything. Okay, so now we'll do a small activity where we'll see what it can be. Like, see, after choosing the top ideas, out of the top ideas, what do we do is, for each idea, we write the plus and minus. What are the pluses and what are the minuses? The plus are nothing but the advantage, the gains and other things, and the minus are what are the drawbacks and other negatives which comes along with the idea. What happens when we implement this idea? Will something affect our production line, or will something affect our studies, or will something affect our health? So you look at all the negative aspects. Now, if you look at the arrow at the bottom, it talks about how you can still improve or increase your plus values. Okay, say for example, you take a decision. Okay, I'll get up at 5 o'clock in the morning every day. Yes, good. For doing what? For doing some exercise, for planning up your studies, for your physical fitness, for doing meditation, for helping your mother in the morning in the kitchen, right? For helping your dad with his office work or anything. So those are the plus points. Now, what are the minus points? By getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning. Okay. One of the minuses can be like you're a late nighter. That is, you always go to bed around 11:30 or 12. But if you want to get up at 5 in the morning, you need to go to bed early. Say somewhere around 9 to 9:30, you need to hit the bed. Only then you can be awake and alert the next day by getting at 5 in the morning. So that could be a minus point. Okay. Now, the arrow mark at the bottom says, multiply your positives. Increase. Look at the other positive things of getting up at 5 in the morning. Increase your productivity. Increase the ways and methods of benefiting your parents or of benefiting yourself. And on the lower right hand side bottom, you have the flipped arrow up, which says whatever negative things you have noted down, you work to overcome that negative aspect. You work to overcome that negative aspect so that the minuses can be overcome. For the example which I told you, you need to go to bed by 9:30 or 10 in the night. What happens? It is a negative part. Because once you go to bed, you will never get sleep. What are you going to do? Which means how to handle it. Reversing the direction. You need to have your dinner early. You need to go to bed. Okay. Sleep early. In the sense, like this problem will be there for 1 or 2 days. After the second day, on the third day, you will come used to it. It is only breaking your habits. So like this, you need to understand the advantage and disadvantage of each and every idea, then work on it. Okay. There is one more technique called scamper. Okay. Scamper means substitute. S stands for substitute, C for combine, A for adapt, M for modify, P put to other use, E eliminate, R rearrange. Okay. Don't worry about whatever is written there on the right hand side. I'll just explain to you in a short and simple manner. Substitute. You have an idea, like you need to substitute some component. Okay. Let's take you're asking for you're asking your mother for chapati. Okay. You come home from your college. You ask your mother what is that. She says, today I have made dosa. You need to go with the dosa. You ask why. And your mother says, see, like the flour got over. We are not having the flour in our house. The shop nearby also got closed early. I thought the flour was there. So instead of chapati, I'm giving you dosa today. So that is what is called substitution. Combine. Then probably you will ask, oh, what is this, mummy? Every day you're making dosa. And today also are you making dosa? She says, just wait for 2 minutes. I'll make you onion dosa. Immediately what she does, she cuts the onion. Okay, puts the onion to the dosa, then it becomes a onion dosa. Sometimes you add a tomato, the dosa becomes a tomato dosa. Okay, so that is what we say by combine. You combine one idea with another component or another idea, then you get a new idea. The third one is adapt. Probably we will go with the same example of dosa. You will say like, mummy, why don't you make tomato uttapam? Then what happens? Immediately she adapts. Okay. Immediately she adapts, like whatever she is putting, she does it differently. She puts a tomato uttapam. What she does? She adapts the situation. The thin roast becomes slightly thicker. Then it is called a uttapam. She again does some changes there. The next one is modify. Modify can also mean magnify and minify. Magnify is make it big and minify is making it small. Then she says, Nico, the different today I'll make it something different. I'll make small dosas for you. Okay. Then put to other use. This probably I can give you a different example of you know, like when we make chapati, I have my daughters at home. Like when my mother rolls up the dough, okay, then they take a small piece and they start making different shapes. They make balls, they make a cricket bat, they make a notebook, they make a face, they make a clown. So the dough which is meant for making a chapati or a buri, it is used for something else, for making a model. Okay, so you are putting it to other use. Okay, eliminate. You eliminate certain things which is not required. You eliminate certain things which is not required in your idea. Okay. Then the last one is rearrange. Normally when we say rearrange, we always talk about going in a process. 1, 2, 3, 4. For people who put lemon tea at home, you'll find the difference. Okay. Now, if you not put a lemon tea, you can look into the, you can learn the process of putting a lemon tea from your parents. It is very unique. Some people boil the water, they put the tea, then finally, after the tea is all done up, they squeeze the lemon on top of the tea. In some houses, what they do is they boil the water, they put the lemon first, then they put the tea powder and the sugar last. The order changes. And friends, believe me, once the order changes, the taste in the lemon tea changes. So by rearranging the process, things can be different. So I'll just go through it once again. Scamper is nothing but an acronym which can be used to change or improve your existing ideas. Okay, you got an idea, you can change it or improve it. Scamper stands for substitute, combine, adapt, modify, put to other use, eliminate, and rearrange. We will see this through another small activity. I'll just skip this. Whatever I've explained to you, it is all there in the letters. I'm just skipping this slide. Okay. The idea got to you is you've already done your brainstorming and all your ideas have come. Okay. There are some old cars available. See, you are studying in a college. You want to do something for the society. You have your NSS, you got your NCC, you got your geography club, science club, social club. Okay, a lot of these clubs will be there. So all of you join together and you come out with one beautiful idea where you thought of doing something for the children's playground. Okay, and the products available to you are only the old cars. Okay, somebody has given you around 3 cars. You can do anything with this only. Okay, 3 cars you've got. All of you have seen a car. You can think of any car. So you got around approximately 3 cars, and you're supposed to use this to develop a children's playground. So can we have your ideas in the chat box? What will you do if you have got 3 old cars which can't be used at all for travel? Somebody has donated it to you and you want to use it for creating a children's playground. So how are you planning to do it? How will you do it? Let's wait for the answers. Yes, let the children paint or doodle the car. Excellent. Great. Superb. Now the fun starts. Yes. Only one answer has come. Use tire as swing. Wonderful. Maria John has said, great. Okay, tire, put it under a tree and use it as a swing. Great. 2 ideas have come. Yes. And just eagerly. Okay. Children try to drive the car. Okay. The car. Yes, you can tell them, have the feel of the car. You can start driving. Excellent. Dismantle the door and use it. You can use it as a chair. Okay. Wow. Great. Wonderful. Wonderful ideas. Yes. Create play space in the car with decorations. You can decorate the car, create playstations, play areas in the place. Wonderful. Wonderful. So we are now differentiating. Okay. Dismantle the car and use the parts to create a new play area. Yes, excellent. The car can be used like a one that doesn't move but it shakes. Okay, it can be used as a shaking car. Yes, wonderful. They learn about the car parts. Yes, use the car seat as a swing. Just remake the car. Yes, it can be okay. Draw cartoon pictures with using lipstick. Yes, use a okay chair. Okay, can be used as a chair. Wonderful. Wow, great. Many ideas. Many ideas. Okay, use it as a slide. Wonderful. Okay, raise a hand. Okay, top as a handle. Turn in a small caravan. Wonderful. Use the mirrors. Wonderful for combing hair. Excellent. Okay, taking wheel for playing. Oh, wonderful. Take it for okay, great. Play with tires. Wonderful. Okay. Use in hostel. Okay. Oh, for chair. Yes, wonderful. Brilliant people, yeah. Okay, great. Superb. Make it into an open food car. Wonderful. You can serve the food from the car. Wonderful. Yes. I'll just take another 30 seconds. We'll wait for 2 or 3 more ideas. Remove seat and use as caravan. Padmashri, sitting on the top of the car and take selfies. Yes. Old model car, you can take selfies. Yes. Selfies. Use the steering as top spindle. Yes. Basic driving classes to show them where the gear is. Okay. Turn into a hangout. Yes. With top open. Make it in a garden. Yes. Wonderful, wonderful. The flow is good, great. Wonderful. Steering can be used for exercise, yes. Okay, exercise. Use the tire, they can arrange it and go inside one by one, yes, for playing. Okay, taking horns and playing. Okay, using the motor for projects, yes. Decorate the car with flower pots. Wow, wonderful. I'm sure, friends, if I give you another 10 minutes, I will get more than 100 ideas from you. Wonderful. I think can make it into a small single room. Yes, wonderful. I think all of you deserve a big round of applause. Keeping all secret toys. Yes, use the car door as a water slide. Wonderful. I think we have done justice to the session. Yes, friends, rearrange, dismantle seats and rearrange them in such a way. Okay, move, renovate to foot track. Yes, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So, friends, we'll stop here. Already 2:15. The time is 2:16. Just give me 2 minutes. I'll complete the process. Fine, friends. Now, what I've done is you have generated more ideas knowingly. Okay, we can make gardening and plant trees. Yes, knowingly or unknowingly, you have given a lot of ideas by using this camper method. Okay, whatever we have discussed earlier. Play hide and seek. Yes, I'll just okay. See now, if I give you more time, you'll come out with more ideas. Now you understand. Now quantity is started coming up more. Okay. Okay, as some of you said, substitute. Use the car seat as swings. Now you understand whatever you have given ideas as swings has been as a substitute. Use this car there instead of something. Use the car seat as swings. Combine. Use the side panel or roofs to make a huge canopy or fort. Most of you said caravan, food cart, all those things. Take the hood off and use it as a sledge in winter. You can use it as a slide or as a sledge, or you can slide from the top of the car. Excellent. Modify. Crush the car, parts into cubes, and allow the kids to climb on the block. So it can be, the car can be compressed and can be used as a building block. Modify. The next one. Put to other use. Remove the engines and side panels and make go-karts. Pushing cart. You can use it for education. Somebody said, make it useful for the lab or for the education purpose. Eliminate. Throw away the rims and use the tire as for romp or jumping in pit or for a swing. Okay, rearrange. Turn the cars upside down and use it as a teeter-totter swing, like or as a seesaw, left side, right side. So friends, if you look into this, whatever ideas you have given us can all be put into this Scamper formula. Now, friends, believe me, all of us are creative. The only thing is we need to put in an effort to generate ideas, go through the process of choosing the best idea, modifying the idea, and leaving off whatever is not required. Right? Great. So now we'll just move on to the last slide. Okay, last part of this idea generation process for problem solving. Okay, the last process from the exercise. For this exercise, please keep these points in mind. Between this step and the previous other steps, a lot of time would have been evolved in an organization or in your family setup. You would have discussed this 2 days back, but today you need to take the decision. Whoever is involved in the previous process steps need to be also be present in this final step. You can add extra new people also into the final process. Okay. Always stave the objective. Consider all ideas. Begin with the end in mind. So you got a problem to be solved. So stave the objective. The last one is listen to your inner voice. Okay. Listen to your inner voice. Okay. Now, what are the techniques? The closing techniques I would like to say. So whatever ideas come, this method is called plus minus interesting. For each idea, okay, for each situation, you need to write, if you implement that idea, do that idea, what happens? What are the plus points? What are the minus points? Normally, what we do is we look at the plus and the minus. We don't look at the interesting, right? See, this is where I request you to focus on. So whenever you implement an idea, you will have the plus points and the minus points. There will be some things which you will not be able to take a decision. Normally, we will avoid that last part. So instead of avoiding that decision, you call it as interesting. You don't know neither the plus or the minus of that decision, or You think, okay, today it is not useful, tomorrow it might be useful for me. Let me store it. So that is where this method gets very, very useful. So the whole in this whole activity, this plus minus interesting. This interesting part is something which you need to make a note. Many people have ideas. Okay. But what happens? They think either it will work or not work and they throw it off or leave the idea. Something might be of interest to you today. Okay. You please write it in your diary and keep it with you so that at a later on stage, you may take this idea and you start using it. This is one method of evaluating the idea. The second and the last method which I'm going to share with you is called the analysis of utility. You have 2 or 3 ideas. What you need to do is write the criteria. Okay, what all criteria you need to fix for taking the decision. Write down on the left hand side. Next, allocate points for these ideas 0 to 10, 0 to 10, 0 to 5, 0 to 20, whatever you are put up with the parameter, start utilizing it. And the next 2 columns, write the idea 1, idea 2, or idea if you have 3 or 4 ideas, right? Idea 2, idea 3, idea 4. Here, I've taken a simple example. Okay. For the criteria, first one is short and clear. Is my idea short and clear? If it is very clear and is very concise, you can give a maximum of 10. If it doesn't, if it is not short, if it is confusing, if it is very, what do you call, if it is something like yes or no, then you can give 0 to 5. So you need to give these scores over here. Okay, how is the interest? Is the idea of interest to you? What is the interest level for you in implementing this idea? If your idea is, if your idea gives you too much of interest, then you can give 10. If the idea is not interesting to you, then you can give 2, 3, or 4. What is the time required? Can this be implemented in a short period of time? Yes. If it is a short period of time, then you can give 5 or 4. If it takes a longer period of time to get your result, then you need to give 1 or 2. Okay. Then the next criteria will be bring in own strength. Will it require for you to use your own strength? If you're able to use your own strength, then we can give the marks according to that. Then the last one is the skills needed for implementation. See, any idea is easy because we think it is only a thinking process. But at the same time, the idea needs to be implemented, which requires certain skills from you. Do you have ready-made skills? If you have the skills ready to implement that particular idea, you can give 8, 9, or 10. If you need to learn and do it, you can give it as 5, 6, 7, or 8. If you don't have the skill and if you can't do that particular implementation, then you need to give it as 3, 4, or 5. Fine, friends. What I've shared with you is simple criteria. I've given you around 5 criteria based on your kind of a problem or kind of a situation which you want to solve. You can set the criteria so that for each criteria you can put the marks, and based on the marks at the bottom you'll get the total. Idea 1, 20, idea 2, 23. Then naturally you need to go in for idea 2, which gives you 22 or 23 marks, which is the highest. Start implementing that particular idea to solve your problem. Fine, friends. I think we have come to the end of our session. I'd like to thank all the students who have been here with us in this wonderful afternoon, skipping their lunch. Any questions I can take? Over to the organizers.
Good afternoon, sir. This is Shanmuga Priya, Placement Officer from Sasha Jain College for Women.
Yes, ma'am.
Hope I'm audible.
Yeah, yes, ma'am. You are certainly audible.
It was a wonderful session, sir.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Yeah, ma'am. Yeah.
Shanmuga Priya, ma'am. Sorry to interrupt. Our deputy director is online.
Yes,
She wants to have a word.
Yeah. Please, ma'am, go ahead. Since nobody was there, to go. Yeah. Yes, ma'am. Yeah. Proceed, please.
Sir, good afternoon, sir. Very good afternoon from State Career Guidance Center.
Good
Thank you for
afternoon,
the
ma'am.
opportunity, and so we could see a large number of candidates. Really good turnout, and we couldn't welcome you. We were held up with some other important activity. We couldn't welcome you on time. We're really sorry for that. But candidates on your side, this has been very power packed, and I could see that the response till the last minute, almost 550 candidates are on the line. And this is really a very good session. And this is problem solving is a concept where you need to be learning all about your life. These problem solving skills are not only useful in academics, it is going to be for your lifetime. So keep learning, keep living. State Career Guidance Center will be continuously conducting such seminars and such webinars on time. And these seminars are with the objective of making you to with a lot of knowledge and will make you live your life in a wonderful way and will help you to become a successful person. Keeping that in mind, we are conducting various type of webinars. We are also conducting webinars with visually challenged people. So all this will be made into you now and then. So keep learning, keep living. Life is a learning process as long as you live. Keep learning. So thank you so much, sir. That was a great experience. Thank you so much. I will see you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much for your power pack wonderful performance. Collaborating with Chetkari Guidance Center. We will continue to work together for the benefit of this community. Thank you so much. Thank you, one and all. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for this wonderful session. Thanks a lot for giving insight for our students, Jagannathan, sir. It was really
Thank you, ma'am.
superb. Yeah. And your PowerPoint was awesome. A lot of information you have presented within the time allotted. And I hope the students enjoyed the session and they took it as a learning experience and enhance their skill set. Thanks a lot, Swati ma'am, for organizing this excellent webinar. Thanks a lot for all the dignitaries of State Career Guidance Center. The first time we organized it and we got a very good response. Initially, we had close to 1,150 students logged in for this webinar session, and still the students are sending the feedbacks in the chat box. So thanks a lot for the same.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you, dear students. Thank you for your participation. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Ma'am, I'll log out, ma'am. Thank you.
Yes, Swati ma'am, we can log out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thanks a lot.